some people will come up and say, it is my pastor that recommended for me. It was my venerable. Think on these things. It's pornography. What you should think on as a couple. Do what you will not be proud to tell me. One day I sat down and I think about that. And I said, this is a very nice thing. That thing that you will not be proud to tell your children that you did. That thing you will not be proud enough to tell a close friend that you respect so much that you did. Don't do it. Don't. Remember, everything may be lawful, but everything is not necessary. Hi, I am K-God. Welcome back to the Gym Network. I hope you have been holding up tightly as far as 2023 is concerned. Okay, so today we want to look at couples watching pornography. Let's look at it if it is right or wrong. So, my concern is with the couples. You know, there are some certain things that will be happening or may be happening. And one will say because they are singles, so they are prone to do some of those things because of youthful exuberance and peer pressure and all whatnot. But most couples also engage in some of those kind of activities that are not really okay to even hear about them. Now let's go back to some persons that would normally recommend it to newly wedded couples, especially when these couples are naive, like they are coming together as virgins. You know, I've had some people recommending they watch blue film, and that is what is known as what? Pornography. The very first time I heard the word blue film, I was still growing up. I didn't know what it means. In my mind, I was thinking it is about the background of the movie setting, that everything is just going to be blue, 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 blue. Little did I know that it is this thing called pornographic movies or pornographic videos. Now, funny enough, a lot of couples engage into this detestable act. Pardon me if I use the word detestable, but honestly, in all sincerity, to me, that is what it is. I'm going to be elaborating on this topic on 3 to 4 headings, so you get to understand with me. So I used to wonder why it would be recommended for couples, and naively, because of the fact that these people don't even know how to start the act of lovemaking, they tend to go into it. And to be candid, the very first time I ever set my eyes on this thing called blue film, otherwise known as pornographic video, it was so disgusting and detestable to me. I feel like throwing up. That was how I felt. Throwing up. And I started imagining, what is it that people really gain from doing this? What? There is nothing whatsoever. Nothing enticing at all. So you as a couple, if you are engaging into this kind of thing, tell yourself the truth. Does it worth it? So let's look at some headlines to know if watching pornography as couples is right or wrong. Number one, let's look at it from the morality point of view. What is the moral of this thing called pornography? What is the intention of the producers of this pornographic movie? Nothing whatsoever than satanic idea that has been injected into people to do a lot of nonsensical things. As a couple, can you actually derive any form of morality engaging in any of those useless styles? I'm sorry if I'm using some kind of heavy kind of words in this, but that's just how I feel about it. Okay, and most especially when it has to do with Christian couples. A lot of Christian couples engage in this kind of a thing. You don't, because there is no moral in it, you don't sit in the midst of other believers and you are comfortable and very relaxed to talk about it to other couples and say, my husband and I do this all of the time. Do you really do it? No, except of course if you are in the company of unbelievers like you, and the issue is being raised. How is it even being raised? This thing, for all I know, is not being raised as an issue. It is one thing that will lead to another. Maybe a discussion of a particular video or a particular scene that comes up, and those of you will just cite some kind of examples without naturally and ordinarily opening up to say you are doing it. If in your home you are doing it, you know and you tell yourself the truth that you don't watch it when your children are around. You don't watch it during the day. You don't watch it if there is any other visitors in the house. You do it at night, meaning that there is no moral whatsoever. So what's the essence of engaging yourself in such act that devalues your moral, that does not add anything to your morality? You don't feel comfortable discussing about it. When you are buying these cassettes, there are some places you go to buy them, because this kind of cassettes are not being displayed everywhere and anywhere anyhow. You go to specific places that your customer knows you, so they give you the trending ones, and it keeps killing your morality. There is no spirituality, there is no dignity in engaging into pornography as far as couples are concerned. Yes, the acts of lovemaking is not being taught. Let's be realistic. Even from the days of our parents and the parents before our parents and our ancestors, I have not heard anybody sitting their daughter or their son down and say, this is how you should sleep with your wife. This is how you should make love with your wife. Why? Because the act of lovemaking is peculiar to every individual, peculiar to every husband, peculiar to every wife. So how husband A makes love to his wife might totally be unacceptable to husband B, Z, F, and as it goes on. So what turns you as a couple on to make love cannot turn or may not turn on another couple. And that is why I said the very first time I set my eyes on this pornographic video, I wasn't myself the whole of the day. I feel like everything I ate started coming up because the site is something else. So the morality, there is no moral. It does not add anything to your morality. Rather, it devalues you. You tell yourself the truth if you are sincere to yourself, except you have killed your conscience. You know that each time you watch this unmorally created video, you don't get yourself. You don't feel whole. You feel there is something that goes out of you, depending on how long you have been on it. If somebody like me who came across it one time, I feel so bad. What more about somebody who have been on it? That's one aspect. The second aspect is the mental sanity and the perversion that comes with it. Mentally, you are not sane. I want to say that any couple that engages, any Christian couple that engages in pornographic video, you say that is your your idea is that you are watching it because it will help your lifestyle. Okay, your love making. I'm looking for the word. I like the word. Your love making as couple enjoyable, practicable. You lie. You lie. It will rather make you to be insane. It makes you go insane and makes you to be perverse. Perverse in the sense that every moment, every minute, that image you have watched keep replaying in you. Even if you are doing it with your partner, you are not okay. You want to try it elsewhere. You want to. I mean, who would turn his wife upside down to do those nonsense? Who? It only takes people who are mentally insane to do those things that they do. You use chain and chain your partner. You use what do you call it? Bulala, cane, whip to whip your partner. You say that is part of the enjoyment. You injure her, you injure him. You are so rough. You are so, there is no gentility in any of this. Everything is overrated. There is no sweetness whatsoever. You don't see any sweetness in the eyes of the woman. You don't see any sweetness in the eyes of the man. Rather, what you see is this, this aura and facial expression and bodily expression of, I'm going to devour you because you mean nothing. I just want to tear you into pieces. And that is why you see in those things you watch, they don't do it with one partner. A man can go round 5 ladies. So how will How will such a thing happen? And the person, you think that the people that are engaging into it are mentally sane and they will not be pervert? That's why you have a lot of people raping small children, underage children here and there, because their mind has been clouded with insanity from pornography. And you say because you are married, it is okay for you to do it. Brother Paul said, everything may be lawful, but not everything is expedient for me. Number 3 is the side effects as a result of the drugs they use. Do you know that the people that engage into this pornographic act, they actually use drug? They use drug. They use what they call libido enhancer, both the male and the female among them. And that's why you see them behave like animals. Gosh, when you watch Animal Kingdom and the love-making processes where the animals are properly trained, is even more better. You will prefer the love-making of animals compared to these ones. I think the right thing to say is that they act like beasts. Beasts. Because this drug gives them the power of like 1,000 men in one. So they go on and on and on and on and on. And as time goes on, what happened? They develop prostate cancer and all whatnot. That's for the men. The ladies, they are being wind up and down, teared open. Is that what you want to enjoy with your wife? Is that you are a couple and you are engaging into this kind of a thing? Does that give you pleasure? Be truthful, does it give any form of pleasure? And because you want to try it out with your partner and you see yourself not acting the way those people are acting, definitely suggestion will either come from that your wife to try that she have heard of libido enhancer. Suggestion will come from that your husband that he has heard of libido enhancer for female also. And the both of you will take it. And it will be two mad people under the same house. And then lovemaking will no longer be lovemaking to you. It will be beasts having sex. It will no longer be what? Lovemaking. What about the resentment it will cause? That's number 3. That's another side effect. The resentment. You resent your partner. Your partner means nothing to you because of the lack of sexual satisfaction you get. You can't take those libido enhancing drugs and you feel normal. Like in agriculture, we were meant to understand that a cock to 5 hen is manageable. Instead of you keeping 1 cock or 2 cocks to like 3 hens, you are causing problem. Or keeping a ram and you have just 5, you keep 2 rams and you have 10 sheep to that ram. You are good. That place is going to be very hot. But if you give each ram 10 female, that is the way they can be satisfied. And so because you want to act like an animal, after watching this, your partner becomes nothing to you. You are already poisoned. Your mind is poisoned. Your system is poisoned. Your morality becomes immoral. Your thoughts becomes distorted. As you sit down, what you are thinking and replaying in your head is all of those things. And you don't want to stop. You go for the newly released, just like you buy and want to watch every video that have come out from your favorite producer. You go on Netflix, you go to cinemas, you want to know the next video that has been dropped by a particular producer, by a particular director. That is how pornography calls you. And you say, we are married couples, so it's okay. I had this chat with a pastor, a reverend that is well respected. And I asked him, is it okay for one's husband to watch pornography even when his wife is around with him? And it's difficult for him to touch his wife. He said, no, but it's okay for the husband and wife to watch. I was like, are you for real? He said, yes. I said, what is the essence? He said, because whatever the man is enjoying from the porn, the wife will also enjoy it. I kept quiet. I didn't go further. So be sure of the kind of people you relate yourself with. So people will come up and say, it is my pastor that recommended for me. It was my venerable. Excuse you, every man has the power of choice. I don't know how long, I don't know how much, I don't know how enough I will talk about that. Choice is very important. So you mean when your pastor says you should fix your finger into fire, you will do it because it's your pastor? You forget that the fact that he's a human being, that is a position that he's occupying as a result of the gift. Excuse me. The book of Philippians chapter 4 verse 8, I love that particular Bible portion. It says, Finally, my brethren, whatsoever things are good, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, and on and on and on. He said, if there be any virtue, think on these things. It's pornography. What you should think on as a couple. One. Then two, as a Christian couple. Is it pure? Is it lovely? Is it good? If it is, go ahead. But if it is not, this message is coming to you to deliver you. So stop hiding under the umbrella of we are married. So you are free to watch anything, to go to nightclub and pay, I don't know what they call them, those girls that are and will be naked and they will be dancing to entertain men. Even women also pay. You pay strippers. You pay strippers. You say, no, my husband likes to watch them, and because I love him, I don't, I prefer him to do that instead of cheating on me. Something is wrong with you, sister. It is. That thing, is it pure? Is it? So you say, I go with him, I just sit with him. I'm even the one that normally will select the kind of girl that will come and strip for us. We pay 1 hour, 2 hours, and he will be fine. And I like it like that. Auntie, sister, it's unhealthy. That thing that you cannot do, I remember having one, should I call a friend or what? I don't know. Most times when you want to end call, he will say, don't do what you will not be proud to tell me. One day I sat down and I think about that. And I said, this is a very nice thing. That thing that you will not be proud to tell your children that you did. That thing you will not be proud enough to tell a close friend that you respect so much that you did. Don't do it. Don't. Remember, everything may be lawful, but everything is not necessary. So long as that thing will tamper with your sanity, with your morality, with your satisfaction, and your wholesomeness. God bless you.